Okay, Andrew, first of all, we're going to take a look at Roger Federer's forehand. So, what I want you to notice is how he recognizes where the ball's going to land and he gets his feet in position right away. So, he makes this big hop to get in just the right position. And you can tell right here, all of his weight is currently on his back foot, and his front foot is in the air here. He has this hand was on the racket here. He kind of uses this hand to help guide the racket back. And then he's going to use that whole front arm to twist his body around. Also notice how the racket face is going down here. So we're going to take a look. He's bringing the racket back. This hand is kind of going towards the ball, and then it's going to go around. Notice how the racket is facing down here. Okay, this is where he's starting to transfer all of his weight from his right foot, back foot, to his front foot. Notice the racket face is still facing down here. Now what's going to happen is the butt of his racket is going to go towards the ball as he really puts a lot of whipping action into the stroke here. So he's going to, the butt of the racket is facing the ball. And notice the point of contact is way out in front of him. It's not to the side over here. It's way out in front of him. And when he hits the ball, the racket face, notice the racket face isn't open up in the air. It's going to be dead even, but then he's going to actually rotate it so it almost goes inward. So there, he rotates that racket, and he completely follows through to the other side of his shoulder. Completely follows through in front of him to the other side. And then he catches the racket with this other hand back here. So we'll watch this one more time. Another hit. There he goes. Catches that racket way on the other side. All right, so let's take a look at your forehand here. I didn't get the best angle on you since you're a lefty, but we'll see what we can see. All right, you're getting your feet in position here. Now, one thing I'm noticing is all of your weight is on your front foot. And you're actually transferring weight to your back foot. So that makes for a really difficult, it just makes it hard for you to get any kind of power on it. Now I do see that you have you're hitting the ball well out in front, which is great. And I love that you twisted the racket perfectly, and you're following through all the way, which is fantastic. You got a lot of topspin on that ball. Okay, let's see what happens again here. All right, let's see how you get your feet set. Oh, okay. Right there, you do a little bit better job of planting with your back foot. Planting with your back foot. I think you could probably have your feet spread apart just a little bit more. One thing I would like to see you do is you have your racket way up here. Let's see what you do with it. The racket comes from here, and it just comes straight down to the contact point. I want to see that racket come down on the ground. We want to have this coming back low and finish high, low to high. And you're starting high, kind of coming in the middle here. And we want you to get a lot lower than that. Okay, I like how you're turning the racket face downward here. as you follow through. Excellent follow through. I think your follow through, you're hitting the ball so flat. I think if you start lower, you can finish higher than finishing kind of across your body. You can finish a whole lot more on a diagonal. Let's take a look at another one. See how your feet get set up here. Okay, all the weight's on your back foot. Racket's high, comes down to the middle. So we got to get your racket coming down low. Good contact point. Excellent follow through. And again, your follow through could probably come up here a little bit more, but that'll come naturally when we get your racket face going downward. Good job on that. Here's a side angle here. So racket high. We want to get it. This is as low as your racket gets. So you're hitting a very flat looking shot. We got to get that coming down. See where your contact point is. Okay, your contact point is right here to the side of you. We really want to get you hitting the ball a little bit more here. We want you to get in front of the ball a little bit more. Good follow through. Okay. You're getting your weight here. Again, I think if your feet were spread out a little bit more, that way you have your weight here and you can really transfer power up into the front here. Contact points right here. We want to see it a little bit more out here, but good follow through. Okay, here's the backhand of Novak Djokovic. So all the weight on the back foot transfers to the front. See the two-handed? Racket face is going to come, and it's going to face a little bit more downward. The butt of the racket faces the tennis ball. Racket face is facing downward. See how low it is? It's not up here. It's low. Contact point is right here in front of him, not here to the side, but it's right here to the front. And see how he twists that racket. After the racket's up and down, but he twists it diagonally here as he does his follow through. And his follow through is well above his head, all the way in front to his right shoulder over here. This one, look at that. Look at all of his weight right here. Look how high this foot is in the air. And look at the massive amount of energy he builds up as he transfers all of that weight to that front foot. All right, so let's take a look and see. All right, your grip looks good. Okay, you're getting your weight here. You're actually getting your racket a little bit lower than you do on your forehand, which is really good. Looks very similar to what Novak was doing here, although you kind of lift up a little bit here. So it's starting in a good spot, but you start to lift up a little bit too soon, and so you're going to have a little bit more of a round. Contact point was a little bit to the side of you instead of to the front. And your racket face is open right here. and you didn't have much of a follow through at all on that backhand. So let's see what you do. Some of these next ones. Okay, you didn't have a lot of weight transfer here. All of your weight is already here on your left foot. And then your racket face was completely open right here. So that ball is just going to sail way, way high in the sky. No follow through at all on that backhand. Okay, good transfer of power there. That looked much better. But again, that racket face is just way open. You're not getting that same twist like you did on your forehand. And just no follow through. Take a look at a couple of more here. Here we go. Oh, this is some forehand. Oh, she accidentally fed you a forehand. That's right. Yeah, just a very flat shot. Let's see. Plant. No transfer of power because all your weight was already on your left foot. All right, so you know what you got to work on there. Let's see what you look like from behind, see if we see anything different. Yep, that ball just sails so high in the air because that racket face is so open. I think one thing you got to focus on is just recognizing where that ball is going to go a little bit earlier. You want to move your feet a little bit earlier so you're getting in position here. So you're going to see where she's going to hit the ball. You got to be anticipating where that ball's going to go a little bit quicker. And you got to move those feet and get in position. Because again, you want to load up. You want all this weight on this back foot and then load up onto the front foot to transfer that power. So you're doing that a little bit better here. The racket face is going to be a little bit open at the point of contact, and it remains open instead of twisting like you were earlier on the forehand. And that's why that ball goes so high in the air. Yeah, that open face is why that ball just landed so high and so far to the right over there. You close that face up a little bit, and it's going to really have a big impact. Especially just having more follow through and putting more power into your shot. All right. I think overall, Andrew, you're doing really good. Got a little bit of stuff to work on, but we're going to make some improvements this season. Look forward to working with you.